Hey, welcome back. So about a month ago, I got this crazy idea to try to solo HMD without melee D, and up until a couple nights ago, I hadn't had the chance to attempt it. And having done pretty much all there is to do for challenge runs at this point, this was like the one big question mark left. So let's get into how these attempts went, and I'll talk more about strategy as we go. Taking a sec to dispel this acid vuln. First two hatches have identical running sections, they're just a mirror of each other. If you want to see more in detail, I'll leave a link to another Hoshino Must Die walkthrough in the description. Taking a mental note of this cold vuln. Life dispel to take it off. Then try to be quick and grab these buttons without getting boxed in by enemies. For these bosses, I want to stay mobile, which basically means I don't want to fail a single animation break. I like that because your movement and technical skill comes into play in a major way. So once they're fully debuffed, we can let the summons do the heavy lifting. I could kill them with Void, it'd just take a minute. Okay, and head for hatch 2. Hatch 2, like I said earlier, is identical, but a mirror of hatch 1. Okay, so I fuck up one animation break here, and I just wasn't prepared for it, so it kind of put me into scramble mode, and since I was using treated kids, it was almost really bad. But we're back. Moving to hatch 3. Different lever setup in this dungeon, so check my other tutorial for that. So I was already flagged, but after getting the 3 triangles, you can head straight to the 4th hatch in Hoshina Fortress. First pretty difficult part we come to here is this part where you have to pull 2 levers within a certain time frame. And since I don't have melee D, I take a second to heal up. You have no time to heal in this run, so you have to be as quick as possible. Alright, we made it through, so the rest of this is pretty straightforward. First attempt at this, I'm guessing phase 1 will be similar in difficulty to hatches, so assuming my gameplay is on point, I feel pretty good about that. As usual, mages first. And while my summons are on cooldown, I'm going to start throwing out some Void Arcs with the Soulbound staff. Nice, big crit for 2350. And just trying to finish off these last couple mages before moving on to archers. Take out one more with an arc. Spinning in midair can throw off melee enemies who are sticky to you. And after my summon takes out that last mage, I can get comfy on any one of these crystals and start taking out the archers. Our solo strat, as always, is to get each crystal low but don't kill. When they're all 5% HP or less, drop down to the corner. This is where it gets tricky because I need to box every single enemy in this corner. And the way you typically do that is by like wiggling around this middle part where you'd be surrounded by all of them. Obviously not a very viable choice, so I spent some time just probing and figuring out how I'm going to do this. Eventually I get them mostly in place, but I'm on the side, so I end up having to slide through the middle and trying to move up to the front that way. And I did. I eventually got in place, but between the vulns and crits, I was really struggling to win this resource race. So I realized I needed something to make this easier on myself and make it consistent. As I was sitting on this crystal thinking about it, two things clicked, and I immediately knew the run was on. First realization was that by the same process we used to replace mages and archers, we could select out all the samurai and nanjo. Apart from just lower damage, the bushi and minions also can't cast, which is obviously going to be super helpful. Then the other thing, as you can see, is I fully debuff all their damage before jumping down. I even threw in a leaden weapon, which I don't know how much that helps, but I figured it was worth a shot. And we made it, and that was way more manageable. And from here I need to take out the 3 crystals. And yeah, you can really see a difference in the resource game with only these 3 debuff mobs attacking me. Then finally we can go ahead with the strat that I discovered and used in my last HMD video. To summarize it quickly, we're basically debuffing their accuracy to the point that your summons will evade. Ends up being a massive time save in this boss fight where summons are normally useless. Also reduces the amount of time Hoshinoke is focusing you, and she is definitely the most deadly endgame boss. But after 5 minutes of waiting, we'll get this green text saying that she spawned, and this is where the fun starts. Hoshinoke has a pretty varied and interesting moveset and ways to throw a lot of curveballs at you throughout the fight. The thing is though, she telegraphs all her casts and actually speaks the words, so especially on a run like this, you need to be paying attention to that. She can also dispel, and you have to reapply debuffs. Can we get some new dialogue options? Maybe ChatGPT? Item debuffs stay up through her dispels, but I just reapplied it. And she might dispel a couple more times throughout the fight, but I mean, so far we're chilling. We're in great shape. Hit me with the drain. The scary thing we haven't seen in this fight is she can remove your life prots at random. So like, given the current status with my melee D, that could obviously be a problem. She just hit me with it, so I actually have to look and see what got dispelled, then reapply those. Alright, is my prots back? Let's go ahead and finish this. So at the start I was unsure if this run would even be possible, but I'm happy to see we have an answer for that. How do I feel now knowing I can solo all content in the game with no gear and or no melee D? It's weird for sure. It would probably be a good discussion for another video on the topic of difficulty, and also whether or not MaileAD is a good or necessary design choice. So let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing a video like that. But I had a lot of fun making this video. It really raised the bar on what even I thought was possible in AC, and I'm glad I could share it with you guys. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, but most importantly, have an awesome rest of your day.